Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're going to be trying out the Ashimmu in the Abyss, specifically here for T4 Electric Abyss. It's a pretty safe Abyss site or Abyss filament type to do because of how it boosts the capacitor, and we're also doing EM damage with the ship as well primarily, so will be very favorable for us doing more damage. And it has been requested for me actually by a lot of viewers to do this, so that's particularly why I'm doing this Ashimmu in the Abyss. I think it's probably a lot better for a PvP ship because it's got a lot of bonuses to its Nosferatus, but it has some good webifying bonuses. You can see here, look at that web range, man. Look at that web range. So it'll be very good for getting some good application going on. So that's something I really like about this. But we're going to be using pulse lasers, a basic Nosferatu right here to potentially get some extra cap if we're up against some enemies who are actually able to be enemy Nosferatu or drain their cap. The thing is, not all NPCs are able to have their cap drain like sleepers. I think they can't do that. But here we're at least going to try in this with the small extra one. The reason I didn't go with like any medium ones or two is because I hardly have any cap or power grid to spare, so it's not really a focus here to have a Nosferatu right here. It's just a little bit extra just to fill these two utility highs. Or in the electrical side, we will have really good capacitor and run. We are somewhat bling. Not crazy bling, but somewhat bling. So they see here, and if you go, this is the price, 691 million, or if you want to go for buy value, it's 607 million. So it's not like crazy bling. There's bling, but it's not crazy bling. So I think it's a good intermediate, especially if you're doing this for T4. I think that if you put a little bit, you could perhaps use this amount of bling or a little bit less. You can do T3 Firestorms. That could be a good alternative because you will have a really fat armor HP pool, because this is an armor-based ship and Firestorms boost your armor. So you have very good armor HP pool, as well as you also doing a lot of thermal damage as well. I mean, it's not a lot, but you can see here, for example, with Conflagration, we're doing half thermal and EM. So it will not be as optimal resist type as the Electrical Abyss, because EM is reduced there, and we do a lot more, or relatively speaking, more like EM, because we do here more EM damage and thermal. I think here also we do more EM damage. Yeah, a little bit more EM. So it's a little bit still EM biased. But if you were to, for example, do T3 Firestorm, it still could be a possibility. You will have the big buffer, and it won't be too bad with the DPS, and it'll be a lot cheaper because the T3 filaments are really cheap. So that could be an alternative for this that I may be trying later. And also, if you were to put more bling on this, I think you could be able to also do the T4 Firestorm as well. But before we think about all that kind of cool stuff, we're going to have to try to do the T4 Electric, which is actually the more chill filament, because of the capacitor is going to be a lot better here. And then also that, oh, we need to remove all these icons. That's too many icons for me. But it's going to be so easy with the capacitor. We're essentially going to be doing more DPS as well. So, okay, we've got some of these Dharmas over here. We'll move towards the blue cloud, because the blue cloud will enable us to hit our guns a bit better. And we've got the crazy web range, so we can web him all the way out here, even further than we can actually shoot even. See now, where is this? 28 kilometer fall off. So basically a web range for Conflag. Okay, it was a capacitor, 34 gigajoules to spare with dual cap batteries. Oof. We're going to be doing so much damage right here. Okay, we'll use Imperial Navy multi-frequency because this has a bit better tracking, I believe, than Conflag. So we'll be using this then to attack these Damaviks over here. And actually, oh, you see that damage right there? A wrecking shot. But we're going to have to use the Conflag right here, because Conflag is quite necessary to do a lot of damage to these Triglavians. But we have the range problem right here, because they don't seem to be wanting to get in range. So we're going to switch to this one that's 13 kilometers away. We're being webbed pretty hard, so we can't really move that well. Okay, let's see now. They're taking a lot of damage as well, because we can't seem to really get this guy to be in range. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage, actually. This is a lot more than I would have hoped. See now, we're barely even scratching this Vedmak over here. We might need to overheat here. Oh, this is not going good. It is not going good. See now, we've got the reactive armor hardener also at max like spoolage right here. Oh, look at that tank right here. It's not going good. We have to overheat the damage as well. And oh, yeah, this is not looking so good. Not looking so good. What I should have done is focused on the Vedmax initially instead of wasting a bunch of time on those Damaviks over there. Oh man, we're probably gonna die here actually if we don't fix this soon. Maybe Nosferatu him a little bit. It's not really, the cap is not really a problem right here. Oh no, come on, destroy this one Vedmak. I think we could potentially. Oh yeah, we got popped right there. Instantly popped. I thought that was going to do good because we still had a pretty good amount of tank. We've got the 2 Corpum medium armor pairs and a lot of thermal damage, but I think it's or thermal resistance, but I think it's because we got low explosive resistance that we were taking a lot of damage from them as well. So that could be something that we could boost if we were to remove. Actually, we could try actually. We could, because I've got 3 rigs, an auxiliary nanopump, thermal shield, thermal armor reinforcement, and also I've got a nanobot accelerator. But maybe we can remove the nanobot accelerator for a Tech 2 explosive rig. That will potentially be better, I think. So if we go here, we can try this again. This one right here. This is providing a bit better armor repair rate. You can see here a bit better. But for Triglavian specifically, perhaps it'll be better to have a reinforcer. See now, medium explosive armor reinforcer right here. We've got 65%. It'll be pretty good there, but I don't know. It seems a bit problematic right there. Like, we get a lot from just having this nanobot accelerator rig, so I'm not really sure right here. We can try with the explosive rig, explosive armor reinforcer, like that. And then we'll also have this reactive armor hardener. I'm not sure, like, it was a tough one there. Those Vedmax really wrecked us hard, actually. I didn't expect them to do so much damage. They were like pretty much alphaing me. Like almost in the beginning, they were like to get that wrecking shot, making my armor go down to such a big degree. And they took a long time to kill as well. We've not got the best DPS with this fit as well. See now, 500 DPS. Oh yeah, we forgot the drones as well. That's also something we forgot. So we were essentially doing 400 DPS. That probably contributed a lot to us also dying right there. This is the first time actually, like now, today, that I'm using the Ashimmu. I've never actually used it before. So I think that always its market is not ready at the moment. Please try again. Strange. We'll move to the MOE system. But our DPS was really horrible right there. So I definitely think that contributed a lot to it. I'm not at all used to using the Ashimmu. It's a brand new ship for me. I really would have thought we would have tanked decently, because I mean we've got the 2 B-type armor repairs, Imperial Navy Multispectrum, Reactive, auxiliary nanopumps, all this stuff right here. Still wasn't enough apparently to tank those Vedmax. We weren't even doing the damage type that was being reduced, so they were having EM resistance reduced. It's not like they're doing EM damage, so it's not going to affect how good they apply to us. So it'll be even more tough, or even tougher in the Firestorm sides, because it's gonna their damage is gonna hurt even more there actually. Let's stock up here. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with that actually. I should have done multiple things. I should have focused on the Vedmax perhaps straight away. But I think we had enough tank to do that. We've got a pretty fat tank on this ship. And we had the max spool for the reactive armor hardener as well, and nothing's in stock right here, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. So let's go out again, see how that turns out. Oh, that was pretty embarrassing right there. We have so good capacitor. What if we go triple rep? Maybe that could be an option. I don't think we have the power grid for that though, but since we have so good cap in the electrical side, it could be a possibility actually to remove this like auxiliary nanopump. How much power grid? Yeah, this is way too much power grid. Maybe if we put like a Thacker here. Thacker large cap battery perhaps. The power grid is still problematic. Yeah, maybe 2 Thackers. Oof, still problematic. Maybe with a 10mm compact. Then with just about the Corelum one also is actually possible. But we are cap stable with a triple rep going on. That's pretty good right there. Thermal armor reinforcer. Only issue is like the power grid problems with having this auxiliary nanopump rig in right here. But the triple rep could be an option as well, to just get as much armor repair rate as possible. And I have no filament, of course. Yeah, I wasn't even using these basic boosters too. But I really feel like those things shouldn't matter. These small things shouldn't matter. I felt like we still had enough tank to tank that. It's just a bit surprised. I think it's all that explosive resistance actually is the main reason everything went haywire. We definitely could have better range as well, because conflag range is not at all that great. I mean, considering how good our web range is, we should have some kind of better range going on, but it still wasn't the case. Maybe we could even have beam lasers, but beam lasers have so bad tracking. Otherwise, it would be nice because we would web them really far away. We'll be able to hit them pretty easily. But at the same time, we are very slow in this ship, so we're not able to really kite properly anyway. It's not like stuff is going to be kept away from us. Anything that has enough speed will get on top of us straight away. At that point, what's the even point of using the beam lasers apart from the increased range, really? Alright, let's go in here again. Consume these boosters. Charybdis Tyrannos, okay. Can go in here. I think it'll be decently alright. Oh, look at that big volley right there. Entangler, Obfuscate is going to be a bit annoying too. The thing is, with this, the armor-based ship, they're going to be a pretty small signature radius, so hopefully it will be easy to speed tank Charybdis Tyrannos right here. We'll try to close in on an arc. See if we can do some decent damage right here. Oh, okay. This guy is getting in range. This Entangler right here. I need Conflag. Please switch. There we go. Seems like we might die here too, because the armor is going down pretty low. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, yeah, never mind. We took a lot of big damage right there. How much armor HP pool do we have? 3.6k. Okay, so it's almost as much as Agila, actually, because Agila has 4k shields. We'll take out these crews on the way here. Confuse as well. We do not need this guy causing trouble for our tracking. We should probably use Imperial Navy multi-frequency, considering the range and all. This guy. Let's see now, 13 kilometers. Actually, the range is really bad on this Imperial Navy multi-frequency as well. Really need to use Scorch right here. Scorchy Scorch to actually do some damage at least. Look, now we're approaching Charybdis Tyrannos. Since we're going in an arc, we're not taking full damage, and now we're soon going to be at such a good transversal on Charybdis Tyrannos that we'll be hardly taking any damage from Charybdis Tyrannos actually. Yeah, the capacity on this is really good. Look at that, 40 gigajoules to spare even. Could probably tone down the second cap battery and put something else, because really I feel like we've got just way too much capacity to spare. It's unnecessary to have this much capacity. 2 large cap batteries in an electrical. Could probably put like a medium cap battery or something like that. Oh, now drone's taking a bit of damage too. We could probably put like a medium cap battery. The medium cap battery would then still give us good resistance to neuting, but it will allow us to fit other things that require power grids. So, for example, we could perhaps put a triple rep or something else that uses power grid. Maybe like another auxiliary nano pump, because we have a bit of a limited power grid situation going on right there. See, look here. Now that we're like very close to curb, this is all right. Like, it's all right in terms of avoiding damage. But again, we don't have the best DPS, so we're going to still be doing this pretty slowly. 390 DPS with the Scorch. 280 DPS with the Scorch right here. We could obviously use, we probably should use more heat sinks, but I mean, I wanted to have some tank right here. We saw before that tank was pretty problematic with the Vedmak wave. I'm not using actually any implants, just if anyone was wondering. So I could use Asclepions to get more tank, but this is still just T4. It's not like we're doing T5 or, oh, God forbid, T6. So I think that it's all right. It should be. We should be able to tank enough for T4, considering how much bling and tank modules we've got on here. But no, it doesn't seem like it is enough for the Vedmak. We'll at least see next time if that rig will make a difference, because it will make a difference for like the resistance we have, because it will make our reactive armor Hardener probably shift them a bit different as well. So hopefully we'll then be able to survive them. Probably if we focus the Vedmak straight away too, it'll be a bit better. It was a bit problematic for multiple reasons as well, because of those tangling dammers keeping us in place. We could not do anything. We had to use long range ammo, and at that point it was just so little DPS that it was just it's just snail's pace. Like equivalent of 1 Gila drone was how much we were doing damage, or almost 1 Gila drone. A little bit more than a Gila drone. Gila's just packed 2 of those bad boys. Okay, maybe we should not use the Afterburner here, because we're getting some grazing shots, glancing shots. Maybe we're going a little bit too quick for these pulse lasers right here, just so we get a bit better hits. So still getting grazing shots. It's a big fat battleship though. You should be able to hit properly. Okay, we've got a 700 hit there, 800 hit right there. So I think it's going a bit better now that we stopped with the Afterburner. This time is not that great. The Ashimmu does not seem to be that promising in the Abyss, unfortunately. At least without using crazy bling, it doesn't seem to be that promising. I think it'll be a lot more suited for T3s if you wanted to do T3s. But I would want to run T3 Firestorms, not T3 Electricals. The electrical fulfillment price is still pretty pricey. It's not like, for how much you get from T3s, it's not that great actually. You got a big jump between T3 and T4 Abyss. And then you got the filament price as well. It's not going to be a good time in terms of ISK making there if you're doing T3 Electricals. I would really want to do T3 Firestorms. Then we've got the problem with the thermal resistance being reduced, and that's going to make Triglavians hurt even more than they do now. We're seeing here in the electrical site where they are not being affected at all, or not being made harder at all, but they were still hitting very hard. Okay, we'll go towards the transfer conduit right here. Look how slow this ship is with an afterburner. I guess, I mean, it's not crazily slow, but it is like Gila level speeds. Gila is a pretty slow ship. They're wasting a lot of time here, just moving here with the ship. It's a bit of a brick ship, this thing, I have to say. It's got a pretty big armor HP pool. It is quite a bit of a brick, this one. I think it looks like got a pretty decent shape going on here as well. There are some cool skins you can have on the Ashimmu. The Blood Raider Victory one, unfortunately, I can't really find this on the market anyway, but it is a very cool looking skin in my opinion. Vampire Hex looks basically like a worse version of this in my opinion, because I think these green lines just look really weird. I think it looks very weird. It's not suited at all in my opinion. Like just having a straight up opposite color, like almost. I think green is the opposite color to dark red. I do not think this suits it at all. I think this actually looks pretty decent. There's some green skin over here. Glacial Drift. I'm not really a big fan of the Glacial Drift skins. Okay, we're here at the gate. We'll go to the next room. And what was the time? 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Really bad, by the way. That is a really bad time. That is something that we will fail the room if we continue on that time. Okay, we'll put a bit of Scorch here. Perhaps we can have some of these drones attack. Some of the attack drones over here. I'll go for this. We can Webify soon. Come on, Webify. Webify, there we go. Webified. Webify from very long range right here. Really nice. Just blap these drones straight away. I hope we don't get killed by rogue drones, because they do a lot of damage when we get close. Go with the Imperial Navy multi-frequency, and then pop them there. We could probably have used a Tech 2 web as well, because it doesn't seem like we really need to have the Webify that's this long. The main benefit of the Federation Navy is that we get quite a bit bigger web range, but we're already getting such a good web range from this ship, so it could be made cheaper to have the Tech 2 web if you were to go with this. But I like to fully capitalize on the fact that we've got a boosted web, so we get even bigger web that we can use Scorch with, but really it doesn't matter when we've got this crap range anyway. Look at that, we're taking quite a bit of damage, and they've got some... We've got like these rogue drones here that are pretty basic types of ships. We could probably go for a Rodiva we can actually go for this one right here, who's getting wrecked by my rogue drones. Oh, not my rogue drones, but my very, very well-behaved drones. Not rogue drones. Okay, I think we can soon go to Conflag. Now we'll still go a bit more with the multi-frequency. Now go with the Conflag. Okay, good. Do a bit more damage right here. Hardly anything though. 450 DPS. Like really anemic DPS going on right here. I would have really hoped for more out of this, but it's difficult. The slot layout is pretty difficult. It would have been nice with an extra low. I mean, that would be pretty OP with that many lows, but it would have really helped because you could have a bit of extra DPS. And just even then, we're going so tank focused. Still, the tank is not the best we saw before in the Vedmak wave, so it's pretty depressing right there. Uh-oh, Infiltrator's lost. No, they died so quickly, and it has a lot to do with the way we have these infiltrators that aren't bonused. They're so much flimsier than the Gila's drones, who are got a lot more HP. So they're going to die very quickly, so it's a lot harder to react to them. I should have paid more attention right there, though. Okay, this Rodiva is down. Come on. Oh, we're missing completely when the cruiser is like right there. It's pretty embarrassing right there. Okay. We'll have the rogue drones get destroyed. I think a reason also our tank was going down quite a bit for a while was because we had, I think some of them, they were shooting kinetic damage. And we've got pretty low kinetic resistance. If you see here, 42% kinetic. Not that great. So we can even reset this right here so that when we go into the next room, it'll be at the optimal damage type. It's very important to reset your reactive armor hardener when you're going into a new room, and I forget that a lot because I don't use usually a lot of armor-based ships, so I'm not like, it's not a routine for me. Or at least I don't use a lot of armor-based ships that use reactives in the Abyss. But it is very important to reset this so that you have everything into like reset, so that it'll be quicker to have your reactive armor hardener adapt to the new damage type, because it could be that they're reacted to a completely wrong damage type and you'll have very bad resistances and then you'll potentially get killed. I have died like that by not resetting it in a drog a long time ago. Devoted Knights, this is I think a good tank test, I guess, for the Devoted Knights, because they are going to do a lot of damage and get up close. They will newt, but they won't newt be any problems for us because we already have such a good capacitor, so good capacitor. Devoted Trappers, Devoted Lookouts. Let's see now if we can get off these frigates on the way here, because these Devoted Knights seem to be chilling out there at very long range. What is that? EM resist? 54. Okay. There we go. And shoot these guys here. And we do a lot of damage to these Sanchez as well because they have low natural EM resist. We do EM damage and it's being further reduced by the sight as well. You can start shooting these Devoted Knights. Now we're taking a bit of damage. Hopefully we destroy them before they destroy us. We'll even launch our drones to help a little bit. What is our EM resist? 59% EM resist. We got it spooled up. Yep, okay. So we've got some decent amount of EM resist right there. I mean, it's not that great, but especially thermal is good because these guys do also do thermal. If we look here, so yeah, 40% thermal, 60% EM. So it's not optimal with the thermal. We should have more, preferably have more EM, but it's still alright. Oh no, infiltrators, no, don't die. Okay, yeah, tank needs to be alright here. We've got pretty good resists. And we've got another Devoted Knight here who needs to be destroyed, and we should probably use some close range ammo when we're getting close to this guy now. There we go. We'll fight this guy, conflag. There we go, and cap. We really don't care at all. They're neuting us from these Devoted Knights, but we really don't care at all because we've got so good capacitor. Like, look at our capacitor right there. So much capacitor we've got. 6,000 gigajoules. What is, let's see what a Gila naturally has, because Gilas don't have that great capacitors. 1,750 gigajoules. I think we'll put a cat battery on. It's a lot better. Large cat battery, Republic Fleet, large cat battery. Yeah, okay, so this is a lot better from having 2 cat batteries the same way we have. But it's still 6,800. Shows how naturally good this capacitor is. See if we can apply decently with Conflag. Yeah, we can apply decently with Conflag. What's the tracking? It's a bit worse than multi-frequency, but we're still able to apply, it seems. And I think this has to do with the Sanchez. They are shield-based. They tend to have big signature radius, easy to hit. I mentioned this quite a few times before, but I noticed that sometimes the ships that are shield-based tend to be easier to hit. Dramiels, when they're not going fast, they're pretty easy to hit. Like if you web them properly, then they hit quite easily. The Dynamics, I find that they're pretty difficult to hit from time to time. I think I could be imagining stuff as well, because I've heard that the Dynamics, they do have very good, not very good, but a very good signature radius for us. They have pretty big signature radiuses apparently. So there's a bit of conflicting evidence right there. But this is also a little bit of a case of a lot of the stuff when it comes to the Abyss is more of a what they said, he said, she said, oh, he said this, that, a little bit very anecdotal. It's hard to do proper scientific work on the Abyss to get consistent results, because pretty much in the Abyss everyone is slightly different in some way or another. So a lot of stuff you learn from other people is really based off of anecdotes, experience. Oh no, Infiltrator, don't die please. I think the one that was aggressing them died because there are no yellow box guys anymore. Oh, we've got the tracking speed as well, is helping a lot too. Yeah, that really helps a lot. I felt that NPC before went down really quick. I'll stop here just to try to make transversal a bit better. That helps a bit. It seems to be sort of going downwards here, so if you stop, yeah, there we go. Okay, what is that? 15 minutes, but that Devotion Night room and that Rogue Drone room, I don't think they really count because they're both very easy for us, like very favorable. The Sancha, they have low EM resist, pretty easy to kill. We don't care at all about their newts. And the Rogue Diva / Rogue Drone wave also pretty, generally speaking, pretty quick waves as well. So neither is a good representation of time. But I don't know. I don't really feel like this is a ship that is suited that well for the Abyss. The range is not there. The DPS is not there. The tank is barely even there. The only thing really going for this ship is that it's got a very good capacity. So perhaps triple rep could be an option. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll probably do some more tests in the future, see what I can come up with. But if you guys have any like recommendations of like Ashimmu fits for Abyss, specifically like T4 Abyss, that would be nice to have some that are not crazily expensive. Let me know below. Perhaps I'll test them if I get around to it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that video right there. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.